Hi everyone, it's Catherine here from Inky Finger Cat. I'm here with another scrapbook process video. Now this time I am following a sketch. Now this is a sketch that was chosen by my lovely friends Helen, Sarah and Jackie, who are doing this choose a sketch and they interpret it in 3 different ways. And they've already got their videos up on YouTube from a wee while ago now. This is the one that they did in June. Was it June? Might have been July. Might have been very early July. So I'll link them in the description box below to get to their videos, and also to, I think it's a playlist. Yeah, I'll try and link it anyway. Then they've opened up a Facebook group for us all to basically join in and see our interpretations of the sketch. So the sketch that they chose was one that they got from, I think they said Page Maps, but check out their videos to find out. Okay, so what am I doing? Well, I am trying to follow the sketch quite closely at this point, and I'm trying to get the right amount of papers and stuff, and I've gone and shopped my stash. I've not got a kit ready or anything along those lines, but I end up kind of going green and yellow with the colour scheme, with a bit of black thrown in, starting with obviously that white base underneath. So these are the papers I chose. 2 of them are, well, 3 main ones are Stampin' Up ones, again old ones from the stash, but I've also pulled in some Lollipop Box Club kit stuff, some bits of scraps that I had, and yeah, I'm just trying to work out how I want it. So the sketch has got these 2 photographs. I've actually slightly overlapped mine and made them a little bit wonky because I didn't particularly want it to be dead straight on. And these are pictures of my gorgeous girl. And we were in Cathedral Gardens in Manchester enjoying the sunshine before we went to the AO Arena to go and watch the Take That This Life tour. So the sketch does not have these sort of like film strip dies, but I've been eager to use them. They are Hey Little Magpie ones that Sarah has designed, and I've not used them and I've had them for some time, so it was time to get them out and use them. And also the bumpy border dies, which you will have seen in a previous video if you've watched any of my previous scrapbooking videos from the last few weeks. I'm using these quite a lot, but yeah, I really like the bumpy borders, bought them at the same time. So this is me still sort of fiddling with it, but I decide, right, come on, it's not me if I don't add some mixed media. In and ahhing about what to use, but I end up with Daffodil Delight ink, and I go with the packaging technique just because it's easy, and I know there's not that much of the white that's going to be showing. So I go in with that, and then I choose this happy stamp from the Biggest Wish stamp set, which is one of my favourite stamp sets for sentiments. I've used it many times over the years. If you follow my blog, you'll know it's one of my most used stamp sets for sentiments. And then I decided I don't want it going all the way to the edge, even though that's what the sketch sort of suggests. So I do trim off a little bit. But this is the point where I start adhering things together. And I just go in and start placing them in and deciding how I want these things. I realise that I've probably not got this yellow at the base panel quite in the right place. And I need to just trim that off. Not trim that off, move that down a little bit. And this is me then adhering all of these central pieces together and adding in the film strips. So this is whilst I'm waiting for that ink, and I also splattered some black gesso on it. So I was just waiting for that to dry over on the side, so I thought I'd just start adhering this main panel down. So stick it down, and then I add my photo, and at this point I could totally change my mind and decide to just slightly flip the sketch. So rather than the strip going across the top, it's actually going down the side. I didn't like that big bit of green. I'm also and ahhing at this point about mounting this onto a bit of additional white. I wasn't entirely sure, so I do it. I also have a little bit of a decide whether I want to put a different paper other than that green, because I'm still not convinced by it. So I try it with the blue because she's wearing blue and sort of a lilac-y colour top. But no, that doesn't happen and the white comes off. And I just go, right, no, enough faffing and commit. So, although you can probably still see the original sketch in what I've done, clearly I've not followed the sketch anymore. I'm now going off-piste and I'm just doing my own thing. But hopefully you can see where I started and how it made sense. So I am just now starting to put the main papers to one side, and now it's time to start embellishing and adding in little bits and pieces that I've got in my stash. So I find in my Lollipop Box Club kit stuff some little word things that just seem to make sense for what was going on that particular event that I'm scrapping. I mean, to be fair, we're at this point we were just waiting, but it was a glorious day, and so we sort of just did people watching. We popped back into the Arndale at one point and went and bought some hand sanitisers, just like you do. But yeah, we just basically sat and waited. I think if I'd have not driven into Manchester, I might have had an alcoholic drink, but I did drive, so yeah, that didn't happen. So what have I found? I've found some little elements. I found that paper clip with a little bit of twine attached to it, so I've just added that. Now, I'm going to pause just 1 second. So the reason I'm pausing, and I've just taken a little still shot of the frame, is at this point I went off and tried to find letters for a title, and I went through every single letter stick I had and could not find a single set that went with it in colour scheme where I've got all the letters that I needed for any of the titles I could come up with in my mind. Now, admittedly, it was quite late at night at this point and my daughter had just arrived home from work. So I ended up stopping videoing, stopping scrapping and chatted to her, then ended up going to bed. Anyway, next morning I came back refreshed and remembered I'd just got my Bramble Fox Box Club kit thing had arrived, and I knew that there was a title in there that was perfect, so that's what I ended up using. Back to it. So I am now going through the Bramble Fox Box Club kit to find bits and pieces. So I find that little camera that was one of the gifts in the set. I found that little cut apart that was absolutely perfect because the tour from a tape that was called This Life, and it just said this is the life, and I thought that worked well. In my head it worked well anyway. And then the title that I chose was Excited to Be Here, and I thought that just summed up how we both felt at the time. I know there's no pictures of me on this, but I just love the way that the sun is hitting Maya's hair, and she does look so happy. She hates having a photograph taken by me, so tough. I'm a mum, I'm allowed to take a picture. So I added some card candy just for some additional embellishment at that point, and added in my journaling. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else added that I've not mentioned? I mean, there's all sorts of random little arrows, bits and pieces, that sunshine. No, I think that's it. So I've just got those alphas that I have printed out, and I'm just going to add her name underneath of This Life. This is the life element. And then I am, oh yeah, I get in a big sticky mess at this point because I smudged and moved one of the card candies by accident. So I'm using the glue up off my fingers rather than anything else. And then I decide that I want a few more black splatters because I have actually covered those up mainly, but I really don't want it over any of those main elements, so I do cover them up with the paper. And then as a final touch, I realised that I haven't actually got that word happy anymore visible as a full word, so I just wanted to add that back in. So there you go, there's the full page. I hope you enjoyed what I did there. It was really fun to interpret a sketch, and then obviously I went a little bit haywire in the middle and completely changed what I was doing. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Please do thumbs up, leave me a little message to say hi below, that would be really good, and subscribe if you want to see more. There will be more videos coming, I am sure, very soon. Until next time though, bye.